Yes, I'm Tom Foust from National Renewable Energy Laboratory. And biomass can be converted to its final energy forms efficiently. Let me kind of categorize that in two general areas. For the developing developing world, the issue is very inefficient traditional uses of biomass. And technologies that we have currently, such as efficient wood stoves, both from an efficiency perspective, but more importantly, actually from an indoor air quality issue, should be deployed and could have dramatic impacts on the urban poor. I think we heard a statistic earlier about $1.75. And really the issue there is lack of infrastructure, and biomass can be deployed, since it's regionally distributed globally, can be deployed very low cost, very low infrastructure. So the impacts on bioenergy for the urban poor could be very dramatic, but all sorts of ways. Lighting for increased education, quality of life. The urban air quality dramatically affects women and children. So the impacts there are significant, and technologies that we have could be deployed immediately to have major impacts. In the developing world, in the developed world, the issues are quite differently. Energy tends to compete on fossil fuel on a cost per unit basis, whether that be electricity or fuels. And technologies do exist to get those, maybe not at the current prices of world oil, but as we all know, commodity prices are volatile and will go back up to a more sustainable level. And at the large scale, yes, technologies do exist, like Dr. Lin mentioned, for fuels or electricity. And there's a lot of work being done, and especially for second generation. I think we can develop it so it's sustainable over the long term and cost effective. Thank you.
I would believe that the conversion technologies, they are in a mature stage nowadays, allowing us to deal with a lot of many kinds of crops and the agricultural residues, even urban waste, in such a way that we can regionally apply these technologies to have a local development. We have, of course, there is a need for further development, but it's important to mention the Brazilian example of the bioethanol in first generation. Regarding the learning curve, we have to start with several technologies. With time, it's practically possible to show that we are able to decrease the costings and then improving this technology to make it able to compete even with the relatively lower price of oil. The idea then is to have several technologies to produce either bioenergy or liquid biofuels. And I really believe that the first generation example in Brazil regarding the learning curve, something that we have to look very, very precisely as a way to open our mind to improve the existing technologies and to apply it to several crops.
Actually, the competitiveness of it is not assured, and we have to develop, otherwise you cannot compete. In the ethanol business in Brazil, that we are quite a lot of experience, we competed and then we lose competitivity, and then again we compete again and lose competitivity, and thing just goes like that. It's not because of the impacts, but it's because of pure economics. The price of oil drops. If it drops low enough, we lose competitiveness, and we cannot support it. The society doesn't help us to support it. That's the big problem, in my opinion, I guess.